This is Cynthia back in mid-April. 386 subscribers with a goal of hitting 500 by June. She was averaging about 30 to 40 views per video. This is Cynthia today after having gone through my boot camp. 1,477 subscribers. At least as I filmed this video, because she keeps growing and growing every single day. Not to mention, she's about 400 hours shy of monetization. How is she doing it? How is she growing so fast? Well, she is tapping into this one strategy, and I'm not only going to tell you what that strategy is, I'm going to show you. You might have heard from other YouTube growth channels that you need to be using keywords in your titles and your descriptions in order to rank your videos, appear high in search so that you can grow with a small YouTube channel. I'm telling you today that is not how you're going to grow on YouTube. The one strategy that can triple your growth is triggering browse and suggested traffic sources. Now, search does have a place in your YouTube strategy, and making searchable content is important. And later on in this video, I'm going to share with you what the role of search and searchable content should be on your channel, because it should not be your main focus, at least not if you're really trying to grow. Let's talk about why browse and suggested and not search. Even though YouTube is a search engine, it doesn't necessarily work in the same way that Google does. And ranking your video isn't as black and white as just using the right keywords in the title and in the description. The number one factor in the YouTube algorithm is the user engagement with the video. YouTube themselves have stated that 70% of all watch time is driven by their own recommendation system, not by search. And the whole time the algorithm is studying how users behave when they watch videos on the platform. So if I come on YouTube and I search for travel destinations, the videos that are going to be surfaced as a result of my search query are probably going to be a little bit different than the videos that would be surfaced for you, because my viewing habits are different than yours. And the algorithm knows this because it keeps track every single time that I log into the platform, watch a video. It is analyzing how long I watched it, which videos it showed me and I passed on, which videos I engaged with. And it is doing this for every single user that comes on the platform. You have to remember that YouTube's number one goal is keeping you on the platform for as long as possible. So it's constantly learning what you like to watch so that it can surface the best content for you, making it more likely that you will click on the videos that it recommends either on your homepage or on the watch next section. If we go back to Cynthia's channel, you can see that her views are up 310%. Digging deeper, we learned that more viewers have been watching her videos from recommendations on the homepage, which is also known as browse. I want you to pay special attention to this sentence. When there is more interest in your video, it is recommended across YouTube more often. YouTube is basically taking her videos and putting it right in front of the people that it knows are probably going to click and watch. If we dig even deeper into her analytics, we can see that 58.4% of all of the traffic that she is receiving is coming from browse followed by suggested. Together, they form YouTube's recommendation system. Search has only brought 9% of traffic to her videos. Her videos have received 224,000 impressions. 73.5% of those came from YouTube recommending her content, not from people finding her in search. But how do you do it? How do you trigger browse and suggested? Well, once again, YouTube has given us a little clue inside of Cynthia's analytics. They say, and I quote, "A video can gain views depending on your audience's interest. Something about the topic, title, or thumbnail of this video has become particularly attractive to viewers lately." So we go back to the number one advice in this video. You need a good topic, but it can't just be any topic in your niche. You have to know your audience so that you know what they're struggling with, what they're curious about, what is happening currently right now that directly affects them. What is it that they want to know? What are they more likely to be interested in? Look to your competition. Is there a certain topic that everybody seems to be talking about? Because that could be an indication for something that is a trend for your particular niche. Once you have a topic, you need the perfect title. We actually covered this a lot in boot camp, and it is finding the balance between using a keyword seamlessly in a title that is going to entice a human being to click, and it's not necessarily for the sole purpose of getting the search engine to rank you high up, because your ranking is essentially going to be determined by how many humans view your video and like your video and engage with your video. And if you can't get them to click, you can have the most optimized video ever and your ranking is not going to hold up. I actually considered titling this video "What the Terminator Taught Me About YouTube Growth." I had a whole angle for it and action shots and even some Arnold, because I know that someone out there would think to themselves, what the hell does the Terminator have to do with YouTube growth? But what I want to know is, had you seen that title, would you have clicked on the video and watched it? Let me know down in the comments. If enough of you want to know what the Terminator taught me about YouTube growth, then I'll be back with a video on that subject. I could have also titled this video "The Best Way to Grow a Small YouTube Channel in 2021," or "If you're not growing, try this in 2021," and optimized the heck out of it. And I'm sure a good percentage of people would have looked at that title and thought to themselves, ugh, another video on how to be consistent. Something else you don't want to do is create this obscure title that nobody's gonna understand, or something that is like too cutesy or like an inside joke. I mean, can you imagine if I had titled this video "Deep Neural Networks for YouTube's Recommendation System in Order to Get More Views"? Yeah, that's actually a paper written by Google on how YouTube's recommendation system works and how they go about ranking YouTube videos. But a good majority of people would be like, huh? I have found that titles where your audience feels like they can answer a question work really well. Titles that give some type of shock value. The goal is to get people to feel something or react to that title so that they want to watch the video. They have to be able to relate to whatever it is that you write within that space. I'll give you an example with another boot camper. I'm gonna put her on the spot a little bit, but I checked with her beforehand and they gave me the green light. This is Natalie, and she is almost at 1K as well. They recently put out this video. Knowing Natalie and her mom, I know that this is probably optimized for search with the keyword "life with cerebral palsy." And if I search for her in incognito with that keyword, there she is ranking. So good job, Natalie and mom. But let me offer an alternative. This video has in its description, "Natalie's life with cerebral palsy means going every 3 months for 30 plus Botox injections." That would have been my title. Getting 30 plus Botox injections. And then in the thumbnail, it could be "Natalie gets Botox" or "Botox Day." It's not clickbait because she really did get 30 plus Botox injections. It's just probably not for the reasons that you first imagine. And if she really wanted to incorporate that CP keyword, I would have done "getting 30 plus Botox injections when you have cerebral palsy" onto the thumbnail. It needs to be able to tell a story with your title. A lot of people will just put their title in the thumbnail again. So if my title for this video were "How to Grow on YouTube," I really don't need to put "How to Grow on YouTube" in the thumbnail, or even "Grow on YouTube," because that's just repeating the same thing twice. Instead, try to come up with something that complements your title and tells some sort of story. Something like "From 300 to 1,500 subscribers." Once you have basically set the stage with what is going to appeal to people with your topic, title, and thumbnail, it is time to send signals to YouTube that that video should be recommended and where they should recommend it. In the case of suggested or the watch next section, for your own videos, you want to be able to link content through the use of cards and end screens. You'll notice that throughout this video, I have pointed to other videos that I have made, as well as included cards that can take you to other subjects that complement this one nicely. All of that increases the chances of your own videos being recommended when people are on your channel. Now, if you want your videos recommended next to other people's videos, what you need to do is be aware of the types of videos that your competition is making. So let's say one of my competitors made a video on how to get 4,000 watch hours faster so that you could get monetized. A video that would complement that nicely that I could make is how to get 1,000 subscribers faster. The topics are related, both of them are requirements for monetization, and if my competitor has not made that video on their channel and I can provide that to the audience that we share, then the chances of my video being recommended next to that one go up. You could also watch their videos, go to the comment section and see if people are asking follow-up questions or they still have additional questions that maybe that particular video did not answer, because then you could make a video answering those questions, and that also increases your chances of your video being recommended next to that person's original video. But let's talk about search. Does this mean that I no longer have to do keyword research? Do I not have to worry about ranking in search in order for my videos to get views and for my channel to grow? Yes, you still need to do keyword research. Discoverable videos or searchable content is important because it brings in a new audience and helps you capture the attention of new people to your channel. And if you remember from this video, again, one of the things that they mentioned that you need to be doing in order to grow is bring new people to your channel, but then keep those people coming back. I want to show you this other channel. It's the Nightwatch Zone. They used to have a channel, they got 1,000 subscribers, and then YouTube kind of took their channel down and they had to start all over again from zero. Knight reached out to me and he said, "Hey Nessa, I really want your help in growing this second channel. I want to be able to do it faster than I did it the first time. Can we work together?" This channel is less than 6 months old and it is halfway to 1,000 subscribers. From the beginning, the strategy has been leverage search to land on browse. We play around with titles that make people want to click and drive engagement. People look at these titles and they want to give us an answer. They want to agree with us. They want to disagree with us. They want to know what type of thing he has to say about it. Now this month, the majority of the traffic has come from YouTube search because he has been doing a lot of coverage on the new Candyman movie that is coming out or may be out by the time that you watch this video. I began working with him mid-June, but if we look at the analytics of that month when I began working with him, the majority of the traffic that month came from browse, and he gained 118 subscribers and got 4,000 views. The following month in July, it was browse once again that brought the majority of the traffic, and he gained 151 subscribers and reached 6,000 views. So far in August, the views have been search driven because of the new Candyman content. But what happens after the movie premieres? There's going to be a lot less search terms for that particular movie. It's no longer going to be a new release, and I know what other people are going to say. Evergreen content kind of solves that problem, right? Because evergreen content stays relevant for longer chunks of time than, say, a trending topic like a new movie release. But even with evergreen content, the thing you need to realize is people are using search with a very specific purpose. They want an answer to a specific question, and more often than not, I'm not saying that this is always, but more often than not, they will skip through the video to get to the answer that they're looking for, and once they have their answer, they're gone. And a lot of times there's no guarantee that they are going to come back and watch your content. It's like this. Let's say that my son's school is having a bake sale and I completely forget about it until he reminds me that day, and all of a sudden I need to know how to make chocolate chip cookies super fast. So I'm gonna search for how to make chocolate chip cookies in the microwave, or super fast chocolate chip cookie recipe. I'm gonna find a video, I'm gonna watch it so that I can make the cookies for the bake sale. But next week there's no bake sale. I have no need to watch this channel that does baking videos again because I'm not baking every week. And so this is why people tell you you need to select keywords that have a high search volume. It's preferable if your keyword is one that is constantly being searched so that you keep getting views. But a lot of times, you know, smaller channels just can't compete for those keywords because it's very, very hard to find high search volume, low competition. It's not impossible, but it is hard, and you have to spend hours and hours of keyword research sometimes, and a lot of people just don't have the time or the patience for that. So the way that you should be doing keyword research is to find topics that you know people are searching for. So we want the high search volume topics. We want them to be relevant to your niche, and then you have to think of a way of how you can get your audience to click on that title. On the flip side, people that are watching videos from Browse and Suggested, a lot of times they're watching videos to kill time, to be entertained. They're not necessarily searching for a particular answer. So they tend to spend a little bit more time on YouTube and on your video. Retention is also usually longer when it comes from the homepage than when it comes from a search query. So instead of trying to stuff a keyword or a phrase into a title in a certain way, consider writing an interesting title that someone is going to click on, because I promise you that is probably going to perform way better because you're crafting it for a human and not for the algorithm. So I want you thinking about different topics that you can make for your audience, and if you're struggling trying to come up with ideas, this video right here has a lot of interesting ways that you can use to find video ideas. I will go ahead and see you there. Bye.